What's going on, everybody? I'm professional singer David Brailey, and we are headed right back to The Voice. Now, I've reviewed her a few times. You've watched her a whole bunch. This is 16-year-old Ruby Leigh performing Reba McEntire's You Lie. Here we go.
Lie in the dark, I know you're awake. The only sounds are the sounds this old house makes. Oh, how I long to hear your voice.
All right, I'm going to stop right here. So far, we had a little bit of a rocky opening. That breath control, that's tough to keep under such stress. One of the things that we've got to keep in mind here, that no matter what, nothing can really prepare a 16-year-old with her life experience up for standing in front of a stage, in front of the national audience, millions of people. As far as I understand, I don't think she's performed to that size of audience before. Of course, the nerves are going to get to you. If she had 30 years of experience and was shaking in her boots, then we'd have an issue. But no, she's doing a great job with the stress, with the amount of pressure that's under her. And unfortunately, it is going to affect your breath control, in which it did right in the very beginning. If we go back, let's just have a real quick listen.
Lie in the dark.
You kind of notice that she pushes past the note, and it kind of doesn't, it goes to and through and not, it doesn't land quite. And that's just breath control. It doesn't have anything to do with her capabilities. She is capable of those notes. She's capable of that and so much more. We all know it. We've all seen it. Again, this is a tough thing, and it's going to get to you. Unfortunately, with her style of singing and this style of music, that breath control is crucial. If you flip up and you don't have the correct amount of breath control, you can flip up into your head voice fine, but the pitch you're going to hit, it's not going to be the right one. It's almost that mind-muscle connection. You really have to know where you're going before you go there and practice it until it becomes natural. Unfortunately, right now, we see a little shakiness, but again, that's up to nerves. We're going to keep rolling on a little bit. Here we go. Let's go back up. Here we are.
Are the sounds this old house makes. Oh, how I long to hear your voice. Desperate to talk, yearning to touch, burning inside. 'Cause I want you so much.
Oh, that's lovely.
So I say I need you, and leave you no choice.
All right, let's stop one more time. That you notice that how she goes up into that really lovely floating note and holds it, sustains it for a bit. You could tell it goes up. It's a little shaky right at the beginning, but then she relaxes into it, and we hear that beautiful tone quality. I'm going to rewind that because that was great. Let's go back a little bit more, so hopefully you can catch it.
Leave you no choice. You lie. You don't want to hurt me, but you lie. Buy a little time, and I go along. What else can I do? And maybe it's wrong, but you know how much I love you, so you
Oh, yeah.
lie. So you can find a way to say goodbye.
All right, let's start one more time here. Before we go any further, if you're enjoying this content, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, as well as ring the bell so you get notified every time I post new content. Thanks so much for supporting. Let's get back to it, because so far so good. All right, so obviously, again, the nerves are still there. Got a little shakiness. That flip, that breath control necessary to do what she's doing. Fortunately, the nerves are just going to take its toll. It is what it is. But what she's doing and how she's overcoming it is going to set the road for future performances where there's pressure and where there's overwhelm. She'll be cool as a cucumber for anything else she does for at least another year and a half. Yeah, you hear once she settles into those tunes, like that that last lovely "You Lie," that nice head voice, and really settles into it. And she knows how to blend very well. She has an innate ability to listen, to connect with the background singers. She might be in a course in school or something like that. So it's fresh in her memory, and she knows to hear for it, and knows how to connect in with the other singers, so you can then get those beautiful overtones that you can kind of hear in the background. So nice. Again, some of the flipping up into the head voice with the breath control, as I said, flipping up into the head voice, we've got little pitch issues, just a tiny bit in some areas. Now, I would be remiss to say, even though, yes, she's 16, these are the playoffs, and she's up against seasoned performers. So from a seasoned performer perspective, these are little bits and pieces that from a professional standpoint could just show her age. She's 16. That's totally cool. She's got plenty of time. As well as also, I don't know how the audience is going to vote. I don't know what they're utilizing, whether it's just, I like that song and I like her, or I don't know how it works, and I'm not watching too much, but I just want to give you all the information I can. What she's doing is excellent, given the challenges against her being 16, a little inexperienced. None of them being negative towards her talent, just a simple something I noticed. All right, let's just keep going.
Oh, but you don't know if it's the right thing to do. So you lie. You don't want to hurt me, but you lie. Buy a little time, and I go along. What else can I do? And maybe it's wrong, but you know how much I love you, so you lie. Till you can find a way to say goodbye. Oh, you lie.
Beautiful. Wonderful. Oh, wow, that was great. So we got a really lot of great stuff coming from her. What a wonderful voice, great ability to listen to what she's doing. One thing I didn't mention that needs to be mentioned is her musicality. You notice this is a very 3/4, 1 2 3 2 2 3, and everything's just laid out. Chord, and it's just, full length, three beats, chords, and so she's giving it texture, she's giving it the bounce, and you could hear it, and she's leaning into it, she's driving that, which is huge. That again, it's a sign of maturity that you don't see often in even great singers. They don't have that sense that it just feels normal to her. It's that natural. She feels the music going this way, so this is what she's going to do with it, and she emphasizes it. So she pays attention to the details, and she makes choices, and those are all phenomenal tools to have at her age, at her level. It's just so many things she's got going for her right now. Of course, there's some things with the stage presence. Nerves will always lead to things like we identify them as tension. So there's a lot of this sort of thing, which is very, you see that from like a choral director. They'll say it's a bellowing, like of the sound. And when you want the choral director to really, so she's kind of doing this with her arm because she's a bit nervous. She's looking for something to do, and she's not 100% connected with the words. Now, how can you be? She's 16 years old, and it's a song about being lied to in a relationship and heartbroken and dealing with a husband and all this. The emotional levels are difficult for her to identify with, so it's all completely understandable. And it would take really, really, really breaking down the song to like little tiny verbs and objectives in order to get her to that position. So I understand her tension. I understand that she closed her eyes. I understand her little things. But the thing is that in the big picture, someone just simply noticing that and say, hey, have you ever noticed you do this a lot when you're singing and you seem a little uncomfortable? Ding, ding. Oh, do I? Okay, let me take a look. And then you watch and you address it. It's the only way you could really learn is outside information from someone saying, hey, this doesn't look like you. It looks like you're a bit uncomfortable. If you stop that, it might improve your overall performance. So, you know, for whatever it's worth, which is probably much of nothing, but it's a nice little, it's a thing that I noticed. Anyway, guys, I hope you're voting for this young woman, and I whatever happens, she's going to kill it. She's got a wonderful career ahead of her. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.